Hello everyone, it's Mari. Welcome back to Marks on Pages, and in today's video we're going to be doing my 2022 bullet journal setup, which I am so excited about. I am using this beautiful journal that I got from Archer and Olive. It was part of their collection with Plant-Based Bride, and I knew I had to have this one because this color is just absolutely beautiful. Fun fact, orange is my favorite color, so when I saw this I knew I had to get my hands on it. And this is a B5 one, which is a little bit bigger than your standard A5 notebooks. So I was super excited about that, to have more room for spreads. So yes, I'm very excited about that. And I am lighting this candle for aesthetic purposes, but I will come to regret that later on. You'll see later in the video that a tragedy happens, but you know what? It looks cute, so it's okay. So yeah, let's just hop right into it. So as you can see, I did have a drawing on this inside cover already, but I decided that I really did not like how it turned out. So I redid it on a different piece of paper, and I'm just gluing that in now, and I think that the redone one is 100 times better. I really like the way it looks, so yes, I'm very happy about that choice. So I'm just gluing that in, making sure it's all secure. And I did these like abstract shapes on a different piece of paper with the same colors, and I just cut those out and I'm putting them on the name page on the other side just to kind of tie it all together. So it should be Christmas Eve when you guys are seeing this video, and if so, Merry Christmas Eve. I hope you guys are very excited about Christmas, and I hope it goes well for everyone. And if you are seeing this after Christmas, I hope you guys had a wonderful holiday. So this is technically my second bullet journal. I did have one last year, but I was just super inconsistent with it. So one of my goals for 2022 is to be very consistent with my bullet journal, and I'm very excited to start using it more because I just think it's really fun to journal. So hopefully I can be a lot more consistent with that in the upcoming year. So now I just stamped my name and the year on some craft paper, and I'm just gluing that in there. And that is this spread all complete. I really like the way it turned out. So yes, now we're moving on to the quote page. I'm just drawing some more of those abstract faces. As you can see, that's kind of the vibe I'm going for, these abstract faces. I've always loved the way that they look. So yes, I'm just drawing some more of those and then adding some pops of color as well. I just love the aesthetic of these like abstract faces, and then with the pops of color, I just absolutely love it. So I'm so happy I decided to go with this theme for my beginning spreads. So now I'm going to start stamping in the quote that I chose for this page. I really like this quote. I feel like it's very inspiring, and it sends a good message going into the new year. And because there are a lot of goals and things that I would like to accomplish in the new year, so this quote just feels very inspiring to me. And it is, "There is an unlimited amount of things you can become or do." And I just love that. And then I'm adding in these little cutouts once again that I did on another piece of paper, then I just cut them out and I'm gluing them on this page just to give it a little more pizzazz. So yes, that is the quote page all complete. So now we're moving on to my grid spacing guide, which is a thing that most people keep in their bullet journals, just for reference when making different spreads. So I'm just filling in the measurements here. I did full horizontal, full vertical, and then I did the halves and the thirds because I feel like those are the most common measurements that I'll use. So yes, I'm just filling those in now. And like I said before, I'm just super excited for this theme. Once I saw the journal, I immediately got this idea in my head because I wanted the colors to match the color of the journal itself. And then, like I said, I've always loved these like abstract face line drawings. I always love those. I actually would love to get like a full sleeve of those one day because I just think they're so beautiful and yet so simple. I just love it so much. So now I'm just stamping in what the measurements are. Just a warning for you guys, I do like turn my journal and shift it a lot because I can't write just like straight up and down. It has to be at an angle. So yeah, that's the way it's more comfortable for me to write. So just warning you, there will be a lot of turning and shifting of my journal during the setup because that's just the way I'm comfortable writing. So now I'm going in and adding those pops of color again to this drawing, which I really love. I love the way that the colors pop along with the drawing, and I just love the way it looks so much. And then I just stamped grid spacing on one of those pieces of craft paper, so I'm just gluing that in now. And that is the grid spacing guide. So now we're moving on to one of the more tedious spreads in this setup, and that's the future log. I wrote out all the calendars in pencil first because I was afraid to make a mistake. So I did it all in pencil first. So now I'm just going over it with my pen. And you'll notice further along down the page, I did have to start like taking breaks after every line because I grip my pen very tightly. So when I'm writing a lot, my hands start to cramp up. So I needed to start taking breaks just to give my hand a rest. And yes, this is a black pen. I am not sure why it has a pink cap on it, but we're just gonna go with it. Although this is a super tedious process, I think it's really satisfying to see it like fill in as I'm going along. I don't know, I just like how it fills in so nicely. So now we have finished filling out all the calendars, yay! So now I'm just gluing in a piece of craft paper that has future on it because this is the future log. So I'm just gluing that in. And then I used those same colors to highlight the days of the week, and then I put some lines under it for events that are happening that month. And I'm not gonna lie, these lines turned out a little bit wonky. Because I didn't use like a ruler or washi tape or anything, which I definitely regret. But I did go back in later on, which you'll see, with some washi tape and kind of clean those lines up a bit, and I think it looked a lot better. So this is what it looks like all colored in. I absolutely love the color scheme. I think it looks so good. So now I'm just adding the numbers for the month of the year, and I stamped those on some craft paper as well, so I'm just gluing those in. So this is what that page looks like, all filled out. I love it. I love the colors, and I think it looks really nice. So now we're moving on to my 2022 goals, which I'm very excited about. So I'm just gluing 2022 goals, and now I am just outlining all of the boxes that I'm going to write the numbers in for all of my goals. erase out the pencil marks, and then I'm just going to go in and stamp what the goal is above the boxes. So I had a few goals this year that I wrote down, and the first one was to read 60 books. If you did not know, this is mainly a book related channel, but I do want to incorporate some other stuff in my channel in the upcoming year. So my goal is to read 60 books. I have been in the biggest reading slump for the longest time, but I finally feel like 2022 is going to be my year to get back into doing what I love, which is reading. So yes, I thought 60 was a pretty reasonable goal. 5 books a month is very manageable. So yes, I'm just trying to ease my way back into it, and I'm very excited for all the upcoming reads that I hopefully have in next year. So my next goal was to complete 10 book series, and there's so many book series that I really need to get to and that I've been meaning to get to for the longest time, but like I said, I've been in a massive reading slump. So in 2022 I really want to get through at least 10 of the series that I've been meaning to get to. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to accomplishing that goal. And then my last 2 goals were to read 5 classics, because I pretty much haven't read a classic since high school, and then watch 20 new movies and complete 7 TV series, because I have a habit of just watching the same things over and over again, so I really want to try to get into something new. And the next page is going to be where I track the growth of my social medias and my Etsy shop. So at the top I have the YouTube tracker. I would absolutely love to get to 5,000 followers on YouTube by the end of the year. Subscribers on YouTube, I should say, by the end of the year. And that might be a bit ambitious, but if I can make it happen, amazing. If not, that's okay. I'm still gonna enjoy creating content, which is what I'm here for, is to create content because I really enjoy it. So yeah, if I get to 5,000, that would be amazing. So yeah, I just filled in all the numbers from 200 to 5,000. So now I'm just gluing in the YouTube logo above, which I think turned out really cute. So I'm just gluing that in. And then I'm going to be stamping in YouTube tracker. And I did make a mistake here. I accidentally used the C instead of the E, but that was a simple fix because I just made it an E with my pen, so it turned out perfectly fine. And then I left a space for my start and my goal so I can keep track of that. And then I'm just filling in the rest of the boxes. My other two trackers are my Instagram tracker and my Etsy sales tracker. I am not as active on Instagram as I used to be, and I really want to change that in 2022. So I just want to keep track of the followers I gained there. And also, I really want to start an Etsy shop next year. So I just had a space here to track the sales that I make. And I'm super excited about starting that up. This is the spread all filled out. I cannot wait to complete my goals and fill out all the squares. It's going to be so satisfying. So moving on, one of my absolute favorite spreads, my bookshelf. And here I'm just going to track all the books that I read in 2022. So I have a bunch of blank books on the shelf. I also have some of these abstract sculptures that I'm going to be filling in, as well as a couple plants. And I absolutely love this spread because every time I read a book, I will fill in one of the books with the title and then color it in. So hopefully this is pretty filled up by the end of the year. And like I said, this is one of my absolute favorite spreads. I just think it looks super cute. And it's so satisfying to see the books fill up throughout the year. So I'm super excited about this one. So now I'm just outlining the little doodles I made on the shelf. Like I said, I have some of these abstract sculptures, and then I have a couple plants, and I really think it just adds some pizzazz to the shelf. I love that word. Some pizzazz to the shelf. It makes it look a bit more interesting than if just the books were on there. So yes, I am filling out the little accessories on the shelf. Now I'm starting to outline the actual books on the shelf, which is again kind of another tedious process, but super satisfying to watch, and the end result is also super satisfying, so I love the process. And I tried to kind of do like a variation. I have some short ones, some tall ones, some thicker ones, some skinnier ones. I have them stacked on top of each other and beside each other, and I really like the look of variation it creates, and I think it makes it a lot more interesting. So here's the shelf all outlined. I think it's looking pretty good. So now I'm just going to color in the shelf itself with a brown marker, just to give it that really like bookshelfy look. And I really like how this turned out. So here's the shelf all colored in. I absolutely love it and I cannot wait to fill up the shelf. So now we're moving on to my 22 things to do in 2022. And I cannot wait to fill this out with a bunch of different things that I want to do next year. I have a couple things in mind and I just can't wait to fill it out and complete those things. So here I am, just erasing away, and I guess I was shaking the tail a little too hard because this is where the tragedy happened. The candle fell, shattered all over the floor, but don't worry, I cleaned it up, came back, and finished the video. So yes, that was the tragedy with the candle, but you know what, it's okay, it's okay. We've moved past it. So yes, that is the setup all complete, and I'm just going to give you guys a little flip through. I absolutely love how this spread turned out. I love the colors, I love the drawings, those abstract face line drawings. I love them so much. So yes, here's a flip through of the completed spreads, and I really hope you guys like how it turned out as well. I'm obsessed with it, and I cannot wait to fill everything out, and I can't wait to see how it's going to look by the end of the year. So yes, I am going to give you guys some close-ups of it just so you can see in more detail. But yes, that is pretty much all for this video. I really hope you guys enjoyed it, and I will see you guys in my next one. Thank you guys so much for watching.